Hey guys, happy July! Vanessa here with Lava to Stone. It's nice to see you again. Thank you for joining. So this is probably going to be a nice quick video. I am dodging lots of different sounds of lots of transitions happening around. Neighbors are moving, lawns are being mowed, all sorts of things. Happy July. So I know it's taken me a little bit to get this video out. It wasn't feeling right yet. I couldn't quite figure out what it was we were going to talk about today. And the universe just kept pausing me. So today is July 3rd, Monday, July 3rd. I hope you guys here in the US had a really safe weekend. And I'm not even sure if it is a 3-day weekend. It is 4th of July tomorrow, which is Independence Day, representing freedom and all the fun things. If you are not in the US, I hope you're having a wonderful Monday and that you had a great weekend. Now, talking just a little bit of July. Now, I'm not, I don't sit here and predict the future or anything like that, but I figured what I would share with you is kind of what I'm seeing as a theme in my clients, as well as my own story, and kind of what I'm aware of energetically and astrologically wise and all the fun things, and pulling it all together and sharing that piece with you here. So take what resonates. If it resonates, great. If you're like, Vanessa, you're nuts, don't take it with you, right? So I don't know how y'all did with June. June was probably, I thought May was a hard month. May and June, probably the two hardest months I've had in my story thus far. But what came with it, right? And I know that a lot of my clients were experiencing very similar things, just things ending, closing out, figuring out the new story. We also had the summer solstice in June on the 21st. Don't mind the lawnmower. And I believe it was the 21st. Solstice was the 21st? I think so. Somewhere around there. And so summer has kicked in, and a whole new chapter of our journey has happened. Now, I also know astrologically we have a lot coming up in Cancer. Do your homework, but in Cancer, and we're in Cancer season in July. Cancer season has a lot of the feels coming up. I thought that happened in June. Looks like we got more coming. And then Venus goes into retrograde right when we hit Leo, which hasn't happened since like 1700s, 1800s. I think it was 1700s. Wild stuff. So there's a lot. You hear all this? We've got nature yelling, we've got the lawnmowers and cars and all the things that are just, it's been a time. It's fine. So Venus goes retrograde once Leo season kicks in July 22nd into, I believe, September 3rd is how long Venus is in retrograde. And it's a biggie. And so do homework on that. I'm not an astrologer, so I can't really go into all those details. But if you'd like some suggestions on who to listen to, let me know. I'd be more than happy to share. So basically, we have a lot of major, like, life-changing timeline shifts, big transitions happening this summer. I'm definitely feeling that in my story, as are many of my guests, my guests where I work, but as well as just my personal one-on-one clients. There's a lot of change happening. And, I was wondering why I had to wait till today to do this video. And it's so interesting how things work. So, there's been a lot of shakeups. There's been a lot of deconstructing, a lot of teardowns, a lot of our old template, our old story, the old ways that we used to do things or function from, the old life that we were born into, right? The story that we were living up until this point, for many of us, myself included, so much just got completely ripped away. Didn't see it coming, and just everything just, falling apart. And but as we know, when things get pulled apart, as they do, that energy is just no longer, we're not in a match with it anymore. So as that falls apart, this like phoenix from the ashes kind of happens. This new beautiful rising comes up with this new story, this new template. So what I'm finding with those that I know in my personal life, with those of my clients and myself included, is that we're really in a space right now where we are being invited by our journeys, spirit, the universe, to align with our new template, our new way of being, our new habits, our new, whether that's in how we self-care, whether that's in our boundaries with self and with others, understanding how everything around us affects us energetically, where is it that we're actually putting our focus towards? What are we investing our energy towards? Anything that we focus on is going to expand, right? Where energy goes, it flows. So, really understanding and taking in that awareness that we are constantly making a choice on where to direct our energy and what we're planning on stepping into, what we want to step into, what we don't want to step into. We always have a choice. We always have a choice. Even when we feel like we don't, we always have a choice. Perspectives, right? So, so many of us have been in that transition of letting the old die, letting our old ways die, letting our old belief systems die, letting things kind of fizzle out that aren't supporting us on our journey anymore. And during that time, the new template starts turning online, right? Now, what you'll find on the healing journey is as that's happening, you're going to be forced to face a lot of your own wounds. You're going to have to face your fears, some real deep fears. You're going to, when you start to shift, going from one version of you, saying goodbye to it and stepping into a higher version of you, where you are living an aligned life and walking a path you want to walk, you'll find that your habits, your old ways of doing things that probably aren't the best choices for you now, will sneak up, and they will pop up and say, hey, remember me? Do you want to come play? And it's up to you to be aware of when those sneaky things come in. I had this experience yesterday, actually, and I think this is why I had to wait to do this video, where an old habit of mine that was not good for me, it was not good for anyone else involved in my story or involved in situations, started to sneak in again last night. And I always take those moments where I can choose to beat myself up for even thinking about walking back down that path, even just for a little bit, because it could be fun. I like to take those moments where I don't beat myself up for it, but stopping and recognizing, oh, that habit's still there. There's something still living in me. Where is that habit coming from? Is there still a fear that that little piece of me is wanting to work through? The bells may go off for a while, FYI. Or, oh, maybe not. Okay. Or, is this simply an opportunity that the universe is gifting me to remind myself what path I've chosen to be on now, and to stop, take a breath, and make that new choice of, I'm not slipping down that slope again. We're not going down that path again. It didn't go well last time, or the time before, or the time before, or the time before. And that's not the me that I want to align with anymore. So, goodness. So why I share that, and I was able to stop and go, hang on, this is a pattern, or not even a pattern, because it's sometimes it's not even a pattern anymore. Once you've done the work, once you've healed the wound, once you've recognized what it's from, then when it comes back up, you're able to find that part of you, that aspect of you, whether it's an inner child, whether it is you from a month ago, whether it is a past life aspect, whatever it is that resonates. I resonate with all of it. But recognizing, this little white moth just flew by. Hi. I've also had a beautiful butterfly that's been flying right in front of me. But recognizing that, these inner children, these other aspects of ourselves are still us, and we don't want to pummel them. We don't want to shame them when things come up. It's, goodness, where are all these bugs coming from? Do we? Oh God, life. Okay. So things may come in to distract you, to try and pull you off your path, or maybe not even that, to just see, can you keep your focus? Can you keep that energy aligned with the path that you want to stay on? Can you, on your answer, you may find, yeah, I can sometimes. Or, ooh, that was actually, I can after I caught myself halfway down the path. Over time, you'll be able to catch it in the moment. And then, I'm not saying it's necessarily going to be an easy decision to just be like, oh no, never mind, I'm not going to do it. Because, if it's a habit that you've had for a really long time, or if it was just a way of life for you, and you didn't, at that time, you may not have realized that the consequences or what happens from pursuing that path or pursuing that habit was not in your highest good, because maybe your intention behind it was very loving. You just didn't realize that it was coming from a very wounded or broken space, or an egoic space, or a space where you felt like you actually were getting some kind of power from it, whatever it might be, right? Everybody's is different. I had to face some shadow aspects of myself last night, and it's not fun. It's not easy. It doesn't feel good. But as you work through it, it allows you to close out these old timelines, close out these old stories, put them to the side, and let that new you, not even put them to the side, it's more integrating the closing out so that there's space for that you are stepping into and becoming that goddess you, that God you, that that divine feminine, that divine masculine, the you that is here to make a difference in the world, that is here to lead a healthier life, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, right? It allows space for them to come in, to step through, and to take up. I hope you can hear me over these bells. I love this neighborhood, but this is every day. It's Monday. Anyways, so as I was saying, as you go along the journey, to step into your power, to step into that queen, that king, there's been that theme of creating, restructuring this whole new life. What is the kingdom we're creating, we're building? What's the castle look like? What's the home look like, right? Cancer is all about home, relationships, what feels like home, who is home, where is home? Another struggle I've been going through for the last 6 weeks or so. But I'm finding it, and we're rooting, right? Even when there's a lot of bells going on. But I'd rather the bells than sirens, and not that there's anything wrong, right? Like the sirens and the traffic and all the things. But I think we're good. So, all that, I hope you caught all of that. So July, I feel like July is, I don't think we're out of the clear yet when it comes to the feels at all. I do think that we are going to have more opportunities to recognize habits, to recognize where pains that things are stemming from. But I also think that we've kind of gone through, now that we're post solstice, we're now in the new story, and I think the energy's picking up. I think we're gonna have a lot of opportunities to, kind of, if you just put out in the universe, you're like, this is what I want in my world, please bring in opportunities for me to align with it. That might mean classes start showing up for you to attend. That might mean, gatherings you decide to go to, and you're going to meet somebody who has the connections that you're looking for the next piece to fall into place. You might, I don't know, I feel like there's going to be a lot more when it comes to gathering, community, family, friendships, and then I think there's also going to be more gifts and moments of recognizing old patterns, old habits, and giving yourself grace and being compassionate with self as you navigate through them, as you work through them. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of my clients stepping into this, which has been beautiful to watch. I'm stepping into this, which has been, beautiful to watch and to experience and witness. It's been very painful. The healing journey is not free of mess, but it's empowering. And the more that you do the work, the more that you face your fears, the more that you use your voice, the more that you find your voice, if you really start focusing in on working on that throat chakra, right? Really tending to your inner truth, your voice, standing in your voice. Not only does it help you speak more with clarity, and speak your truth, but this center also really allows you to hear more clearly, and because communication, right? Communication is back and forth. So I think it's going to be a lovely time for communicating with self, and also communicating with the universe. If the energy feels very potent for manifesting. But as we know, manifesting comes from what's happening within us and our own belief system and our own vibrations, and aligning with the experience that we want to have. But more on that later. Anyways, so that's July. At least based on what I'm seeing around me, what's happening in my story, I encourage you, again, to be kind to self and to others. Have compassion for yourself, for others. Have patience for yourself and others. When people are acting out, maybe they're acting in ways towards you don't understand and doesn't feel good. Just remember, everyone's working through it. Doesn't give them any kind of excuse. But remember, we're all existing and trying to grow and learn and move forward from our own traumas, pains, and wounds. And so, So, have a wonderful, wonderful July. Stay cool if it's warm out. Bundle up if it's starting to get cold where you are. Super quick, if you're here in Hawley in Pennsylvania, this July I am hosting 3 workshops at the Hawley Hub. Sunday, July 9th, I will be doing an energetic self-care workshop. Follow on all the social media platforms and stuff. All the information will be out there, talking all about protecting our energy and clearing our energy, and how to kind of exist in this world as a highly energetic being, right? Sensitive to energies all around us. Everything's energy, guys. Then Sunday, July 16th, I'll be teaching a manifestation workshop all on manifesting, and we'll be utilizing that new moon in Cancer, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then the third workshop, if you missed the crystals workshop in June, we're doing it again Sunday, July 23rd. All workshops are at 6 p.m. Every workshop you get Reiki, guided meditation, oracle card pulls, essential oils, and you get to take home a crystal with you. Each different crystal for different classes, for different intentions. So I invite you to come and join. All right. Again, my name is Vanessa with Lava to Stone, Vanessa Hernandez. Please feel free to contact me if I can be of any assistance on your journey. I am here for you. Thank you again for joining. Be kind to yourselves. It's going to be a bumpy month probably, but you know what? I think we really have a nice kind of shift as we come, at least it seems like, as we work through things in July and August, and September might be a whole new light. So hang in there. I got you. We got each other. And I wish you a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.